Welcome back, guys, and sorry for the long break. I was sick for quite a while, but we're back. Today we're going to be going over passing concepts, a lot of passing concepts that I use every single game, every single play. We're going to be going over these passing concepts. These are great against zone coverages in particularly, and we'll be going over some things that can help against man as well. Man is more routes that will beat man. Zone is more concepts to beat zone. So we're going to be mainly going over zone concepts. We can probably do another video on how to beat man coverage later. So the first concept we're going to be talking about is flood. And for a flood concept, all you need is 3 receivers going to one side of the field. This can be either 3 receivers on one side, a receiver, a tight end, and a running back. 2 receivers and a running back, as long as they are all on the same side of the field. And some plays can help remind you of what the concept is because they will say it in their name. For instance, triangle is strong flood, and we'll go ahead and come out in that to show you what it does. We'll be going against random cover 2. Now, as you can see, we have our circle route running deep. We have our X receiver running shallow, and we have our R1 receiver running a medium route. Now, the reason why this concept is so good is because we are attacking the right side of the field. They do not have enough defenders to cover that side. They have one deep guy to take away circle, and they have one light blue guy who's either going to have to take R1 or X. And usually he will be taking away X. So let's go ahead and see if R1 can get open. And he does. So for these concepts, you're mainly just going to be reading. You're mainly going to be reading the slot, this guy on R1, and seeing what he does, and as well as the corner on circle. You want to be watching those guys and seeing what they do and seeing how they react. They each stay low, then we know we have R1. And let's say they stay back, because sometimes people will shade over the top. So we'll shade over the top, and let's watch how they react. He drops back to cover R1, and we can throw it to X. So either way, someone is going to be open. We just have to make the read on who's covering who. We see everyone dropping back, and we throw it to X. Now you can make this particular route combo a bunch of different ways. It doesn't have to be an out route, a flat route. It can be a bunch of different things. It can be a zig and a corner. Can do the same exact thing. So the zig underneath, and then you hit the corner. A corner is usually my favorite way to attack it because I feel like it also whoops. You can also do just a flat route. It doesn't need to be a zig. And you also have other ways you can attack it. Say you want X to go on a streak. This is more advanced. And then you can have, okay, if we can do that, we can have our running back do the flat route. And we missed it. But that's something you can do as well. You can have the running back do the flat route. You see the running back kind of got held up there. And I accidentally put him on I accidentally put him on a flat route instead of a corner. Let's just leave him how he is and then just put the running back there and watch how it goes. See, the running back, he kind of got held up at the line. So let's see if we can do this. Let's get him away from there so he doesn't get held up on the line. So now we still have 3 routes attacking the right side of the field. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do shade underneath. So let's do the shade underneath. There we go. Same concept. Let's see how they react now. There you go. So it doesn't matter how you do it, what kind of routes. It can even be this guy running the corner and this guy going short. It doesn't have to be whichever way. You see he dropped back. And sometimes the guy will, like you saw there, we'll see if we can get it going again. Sometimes if you roll out, see the corner will cheat up and then you can throw it over the top. If you have enough time, you can do that, but if you just want to play it safe, you can just hit the underneath route. Sometimes you can try and fit that in there if you want to be cheeky. But yeah, this is the flood concept. So let's show how it works against cover 3 and cover 4. I'm just going to go ahead and go to flood. So that was cover 2. Let's do cover 3, and the same thing with cover 3 is you're going to be watching this guy on the slot guy on R1 and kind of seeing how he reacts. That's going to be your cue for what's going to happen. He's going short, and we already know where's instant replay? We don't have it. Do we have instant replay? Here we go. We already know this guy is taking away the deep guy, so the deep guy has to follow him, right? And so now it's this guy. This guy is on an island. He has to pick between 0 and 86. We see that he goes with 86, so we hit 0. It's super easy. It's really easy. That's all you have to do. And then if he does go with 0, then we throw it to 86. So there, he's backing up a little bit. He was kind of tricky there, but he was backing up. You'll know how he's playing by how aggressive he plays the underneath route. So he didn't play it that aggressively, so you can throw it out to him. That's kind of why I like the zig a little bit, because that way it gives him more time to back up, and you get more time to run underneath. And also zigs are great against man coverage, so it gives them more time to back up. Can also beat man. And then once again, if they are cheating up, see, we can't throw it to the zig. He's covered. We throw it over the top. And sometimes this is a little bit more advanced for you guys. So sometimes what people will do is they will take this guy and they will follow the oh my gosh, they'll follow the guy. There he goes, he's in man coverage. They'll follow the guy running the corner route. So if they do that, they're taking him out of his responsibility. His responsibility is here in the middle of the field. So if you see that guy drifting over there, then guess what? We have 2 guys attacking his zone. So if you do see that, you have 2 guys attacking their zone, and you can hit them back over the middle with either one you want. So we'll do that. Everyone's covered over there. We have triangle, we have square, we have whoever we want. So that's another read you can make. If you see that they are trying to take that away, because sometimes people do, then you have the backside. You can be like, oh crap, everyone's covered. Oh wait, everyone's covered. We can just throw it. What a catch. We can just throw it to our trail guys. They're running trail routes. So that's cover 3. Let's go over cover 4. Cover 4 is the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Cover 4. You make the read. R1 open. We got a guy in our face, but R1's wide open there. Pressure's getting to us a little more here. But you can see R1 is open. There we go. Finally get it to him. He is open, and then if they do play back like we said earlier, then we can just hit this guy on his little ziggy route. Don't be afraid to take the short routes, because they can usually get you at least 4 to maybe even 6 yards. And if they do that, then hey, guess what? You're ahead of the change. I mean, we got 10 yards there. That's a first down. So that right there is the flood concept. Now we'll go over how this goes on man coverage. Man is kind of how you lock up the flood concept. So let's just go. Do we have 2 man under? And this is where it helps to have man beating routes. This is why I like the corners. This is why I like the zigs. See, we have 4 routes on the field that can beat man coverage. So we got X is going to be our first read. He burns him. We get there. And then, so X is our first read, so he doesn't get there. We got triangle as our second read. Triangle and square usually as our second read. And then I'm going to go over a different video on how to get open against man coverage and kind of see what you're looking for. Know what you're looking for so you guys get open. This is our flood concept. I'll go over more passing concepts later, but this one I feel like should be in everybody's toolbox. If people are playing underneath coverage on you, you should know how to hit them deep, how to punish them, and that's going to be by throwing this R1 route over the middle, hit them for a big play, hit them for 20 yards plus. I will see you guys next time.